Welcome to Kharis Tutorials. I'm Simeon. I'll be taking us on how to cut a 6-piece dress with cape, and I'm going to alter some little things in the picture you're seeing. I'll be using a black material to make the cape as well as the flare, and it's going to be a single flare. Remember, we upload the cutting and the sewing differently, so if you're watching this, there's need for you to watch the concluding parts of this tutorial. If you're new on this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Also click on the notification bell. The measurement we're going to be needing are the underbust measurements, half length, the knee length, and the full length of our dress. We'll also be needing the shoulder measurements, the bust circumference, underbust circumference, waist and hip circumference measurements. So let's move on to the cutting table. Alright, the full length of my dress is 60 inches, half length is 17, and the base is 43 inches. Here, the Ankara fabric I'm using is by 43, so I'm just going to use the other side because I need my folding in allowance. And the material I'm using, it's not like it has a particular pattern that I must follow. So I'll just go with this length. 43 inches is what I need, so I'll measure 45 inches. That's plus 2 inches folding in allowance. Here I have my 45 inches. Now the hip measurement is 48 inches. 6 pieces is the base, so 48 divided by 6 is what I'll be doing, and that will give us 8 inches. You can just simplify it by doing your 48. So you have the front 24, the back 24. That's 3 pieces at the front, 3 pieces at the back. And you have 24 divided by 3 for the front, 24 divided by 3 for the back. Alright, so that means we need 8 inches. That one is noted. 8 inches is what we need to measure for the hip. As well, we need to measure the base of our dress. Now the width of each piece has to do with you. You can fold 10, which will give you 20. You can decide to fold 9, which will give you 18. Depending on how wide you want the base to look like, you can just fold your fabric to whatever desired measurement you want. So I'll be folding 9 inches. I have my 9 inches folded. Now from my half length, that's before the knee to the ankle, the measurement is 25 inches. So I'm going to start by measuring from here. I have my 25 and plus 1 inch for the folding, that's 26 inches. I have 26 inches, and this is the full length of my dress. Alright, like from the calculation, we said we need 8 inches. From the hip measurement, we need 8 inches. Now that fabric is folded into 4, that means we're going to measure 4 inches. I need to add my sewing allowance, so I'll add just 1 inch. So I'm going to measure 5 inches and 5 inches. So I'm bringing this straight to the knee length. Then from the knee length, I'm going to slant my measurement to the edge of my folding. You can use your ruler to achieve this. If you can find your way, no problem. So we have 1 piece. I'm going to repeat this 4 more times. 4 more times. So all I need to do is fold my fabric. Just fold the fabric and place this on it. So I need 4 more pieces to give me 5 pieces first. So alright, I've gotten all 5 ready. This is the 5th one. Now, cutting the 6th one, I'm going to leave my zipper allowance. So I've folded my fabric into 2 and I have my zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. So that's the 6th one. It's going to be at the middle back. So I'm going to cut it out now. The 6th one. So with the zipper allowance. Alright, so let's move to the half length of the dress. So we have the bust measurement 44 plus 8 divided by 4, we have 13 inches. The under bust circumference measurement 38 plus 8, that's 46 divided by 4, we have 11.5 inches. Make a mistake. So that's 11.5 inches. So to bring out the shape, we have the armhole. Then from the bust to the under bust circumference measurements. Good. So this is the back and we need to cut. So I'm going to unfold and then slit. Then we move to folding the front. Alright, to the front, the normal measurement 48, which is the bust, plus the 8 divided by 4 is 13. And I'm adding 2 inches to the folding. So I have 15 inches folded. And placing the back on it, I'm just going to trace out the other shapes. This the front. Now I'm going to measure my 4 inches for princess darts, 4 inches, and the measurements from the shoulder to the nipple point is 10 inches plus half inch seam allowance. So my 4 inches comes all the way to the nipple point, which is 10.5 inches. And on the armhole, I'm going to measure down 4 inches. So that from here, I get my princess dart. And always now, the under bust measurement is 14 inches. So I have 14 inches. Remember, we've added half inch to this. So this is the under bust measurement. And from my princess dart, that's from my 4 inches, I measured 4 inches. From this 4 inches, I'm going to measure 1.5 inches. And the 1.5 inches comes all the way to the under bust measurements. I have 1.5 inches. And on the armhole, I'm to measure down 1 inch. Now this 1 inch comes to the nipple point. It means it meets with the princess dart measurement. Also from the under bust measurement, I'm going to bring it to the nipple point measurement. From my 1 inch, to the nipple points. Also from the underbust to the nipple points. So I'm going to cut out the 2 lines, both the princess darts and the other line. So this is what we have after cutting out. The next thing I'm going to do is to measure the neck design. And to do that, I'm going to take 5 inches as the width, 5 inches, and 4.5 inches down. Width is 5 inches, the depth is 4.5 inches, and I'm going to create a round shape. So in case you want a wider neck, you can do that as well. You can make it to as wide as 6 or 7 inches. So I'm going to do the same, creating the neck design to the back. Alright, so the shoulder, I'm going to slant by 1 inch. Good. So we have the front and we have the back. So we are left with cutting out the cape. But first we need to join the shoulder, both the front and the back together before we get the cape measurement to cut out. By cutting the flay for the dress, this is a full flay folding. So the waist measurement is 44 divided by 8. I have 5.5 inches. And the length 8 and plus ½ inch for folding, that's 8.5. This is my 8.5 inches, and here I have my 5.5 inches. So I'm going to cut it out. In case you still don't know how to cut different types of flay, I've made a tutorial on that. You can kindly watch how to cut different types of flay. So you can decide either to use a single flay, a double flay, or a full flay. So this is a full flay, and this is just one step of the dress. Still going to cut out the other step. Alright, this is your full flay. Alright, so we have a full flay. This is 44 inches, and I need 2 of it so as to use the other to turn it inside out. So left with cutting the cape, we'll do that in the sewing. So I guess we are done with the cutting. Well, that's the end of our tutorial. I'm sure you enjoyed the class. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel or Africa TV. And if you're new on this channel, kindly click the subscribe button. Click on the notification bell as well. I still remain Simeon Grace. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Africa TV. You can also follow me on Facebook and on Instagram at Kharis Kreations. Till I see you next class. Stay cool.